Welcome to the Home Talk Podcast, brought to you by Bet Niger, your home of bets. Boom! I dey very sure say Manchester United fans, una belle they do una Paulina is allowed. Celebrate, enjoy. And on top of the Home Talk Podcast, you know as we dey do them now, banter, enjoyment, praises. We go critique you if you not do well. But the whole idea na so that football fans go to enjoy the full package. Remember, subscribe, I beg you. And we see the love owner show us for the previous episode where we featured the legend, Sunday Olise. So subscribe, make suggestions in the comment section so that we can get from you, you will get from us, and we are all going to learn. I carry gifts come today. So make sure say you watch this show until the end so that you go win your gifts. Make I also give this very important information. 1 up, 2 up. Bet Niger they run am. Bet Niger don't look say you dey passionate about the ball where you dey watch. Quite all right. Bet Niger won't reward you before 90 minutes. Yes now. For example, this Arsenal versus Crystal Palace where they come. Just use your church mind, carry Crystal Palace 2 up. Meaning say Crystal Palace score 2 goals in the first 15 minutes, 20 minutes of a first half. Bet Niger go credit you straight because the 2 up means say consecutive goals, ping, it don't enter. So what are you waiting for? Go for that particular option and win big. Remember, maximum payout 200 million. Now only Bet Niger they run them. What are you waiting for? Please go on Bet Niger, play your games and win big. Make I go straight into the introduction of the Ogbonge people where they join me inside studio. Make we discuss everything football. I'm going to begin first with a lady that knows ball. She knows ball. She dey very, very intelligent, very articulate. If she dey analyze the thing go just dey sweet you. You go be like say when you carry pillow, they say, she sabi the thing well. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Omo Toyo Adebanjo, aka Toyo baby.
Hi, what's up?
What's up? The white angel, Real Madrid.
Thank you. It's good to be here again.
I don't use red card now. To the answer.
On.
It's okay.
He's allowed.
He's allowed. Ladies and gentlemen, this man, if we use the academic, take register this level, he go don become Professor Emeritus in Sabi and well. And he dey very, very passionate. Ateta, he's coming for you if you are not careful. And make sure you don't Ateta this season. He dribbles on the microphone. When it comes to punditry in Sabi and well. And when it comes to the passionate support for Arsenal in the carry and forward like person where they sell plantain chips inside traffic, the one and the only Sawadinho!
I never sell plantain chips for traffic before.
The elephant on top of the table.
Of course.
Will the elephant remain there?
Of course.
Okay.
Permanently.
No problem.
Permanently.
No wahala.
The league will be done by April.
Eh?
The league will be done by April.
Who will win the league?
Their own league.
Arsenal.
Okay,
Arsenal will be champions by April.
So, no problem. By April, we will expect Sawa to come here and start explaining and telling us why Arteta is not a great manager. We'll go this break. Once we come back, we will delve straight into the conversation. Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, Man U fans, Liverpool, Man City. Even if na Italian Serie A, Spanish La Liga, it's about to get down. We dey come back.
Get explosive odds at random. Introducing Bet Boom. Get massive odds on any sports bet, however you play. Singles, multiples, in play. Zoom. It's time to boom your bet. Available now, only on Bet Niger.
Welcome back to the Home Talk Podcast, brought to you by Bet Niger, your home of bet. Boom. I beg, you. I talk before I go talk again. Subscribe. Turn on your notification so that anywhere where you there around the world, ping, you go just hear them say, Bet Niger don't drop, Home Talk Podcast don't drop, and you go to enjoy them, they go. Make I go straight into the weekly roundup where we go look some of the things we happen for the world of football, chook mouth inside. And we are going to talk about nothing better than that famous win for Manchester United. For the first time in nearly 10 years, Manchester United traveled to Anfield. And after the first 62 seconds, Liverpool knows this game no go easy. They gave their all, did everything. Gakpo almost, then finally did it. And Harry Maguire stepped up to the plate and gave Manchester United the win. Toyo baby, I would like to ask you, do you think that this will turn around Manchester United's season? Or, like some people would say, when it comes to big teams, Man U would always step up?
So you're right. When it comes to big teams, they kind of step up. Yeah. But against Manchester City, we saw what happened. But at the same time, Manchester United, for now, like we're here where you didn't agree with us, where myself and Sawa were trying to like butter you up. United would have to work. They will have to suffer. The foundation, they're trying to build it. And from what we saw on Sunday, yesterday, it was a testament to see that the players need to work hard to bring out good results. You have to run. At some point 2 seasons ago, United were the worst team when it comes to covering grounds. In terms of kilometers, they were the least. The likes of Brighton and Hove Albion were on top of them when it comes to kilometers covered. You have to always be running. Liverpool used to be a side where they run a lot under Jurgen Klopp. Maybe this season, they're not doing that running a lot. For Anslot, it looks like the balance is not balancing right now. But for United, Amorim, this is the first time I saw this man yell with joy. It was so happy. Usually we just see him sitting down, he's always putting his head on the ground.
Downcast.
But would I say this will spur United on? It remains to be seen. Because if they face off against Brighton and Hove Albion this weekend, we see a different result. Brighton and Hove Albion have Manchester United's number. And then United fans who have their hopes up that, probably this result is supposed to spur us on. And then we're seeing the guys, falter against a team like Brighton and Hove Albion. So let them take it easy. I know that it's a good win, maximum 3 points against a Liverpool side, but we also know Liverpool were not at full strength. Liverpool have been having issues. Crystal Palace took points off Liverpool. Who else? I think Galatasaray also won against Liverpool. Before the international break too, Chelsea won against Liverpool.
But it is different to do that at Anfield.
Yes, it's difficult to do that. They did that last in 2016. And, it's a win that can definitely make the dressing room have this confidence that, okay, come this season, we can definitely win games. Games are winnable. But it's also down to Ruben Amorim to keep this steady. If you use this formation that we saw now, we saw an attacking midfielder, other than giving the job to Bruno Fernandes to always do the attacking midfielder's job and also do the tracking back and trying to do the dirty work. Mason Mount was there with Brian Mbeumo, and of course Matheus Cunha was starting. I was expecting Cesc to start, but seeing Cunha did the dirty job, was able to hold up play, was able to track back. It was good to see. But we can see the next game, and the lineup is a different one. Where we're seeing Cesc is coming in, Diallo is starting in a wing where he's not supposed to. See, Ruben Amorim just needs to keep it simple. Find your winning 11. Continue to bring on that confidence so that these players can also have a level of streak of consistency where they are building it up, they are doing games. But no doubt, a game against Liverpool, they are arch rivals, and they got all 3 points. It's a massive booster for them. How they will continue to ride on that boost, it remains to be seen.
Interesting. Now, this is a manager who is known for winning, from where he came from.
Yeah.
But this time is the first time he has recorded consecutive wins as manager of Manchester United. Sawa, what do you think Amorim should continue doing to give Manchester United opportunity to consolidate on what they have achieved?
Well, he has always insisted that his philosophy will work. I mean, he's said it before that not even the Pope will make him change, right? And maybe it's beginning to work. I said something after that game. I said that maybe the pressure of uncertainty over his job was getting to him. But from the moment he got to know that, okay, I'm here for like 3 years. At least I have a 3-year lifeline. Following the comment from Jim Ratcliffe. Maybe that pressure eased a little. And then he's now like, okay, let's get this job done. You understand? But it is always said that when it comes to rivalry, form is thrown out of the window. I remember I did a video last season when Manchester United wanted to play Liverpool, even when Manchester United were fumbling. I said I don't expect Liverpool to win against Manchester United. I think that game ended in a draw or something like that.
Harry Maguire
missed what was supposed to be a late winner. You understand? So every time they face off against each other, Man U finds a way to get something off that game. So maybe it's beginning to come together for Ruben
Really,
Amorim.
but they've been taking a drubbing now. The 7-1.
No, I get that. I get that. I mean, they've been. I mean,
Even the
7 and all of that. Yes.
You know, it was 1-0 going into halftime.
Yeah.
So sometimes the games
Yes.
are
It's
somewhat
just
like
maybe
that.
a bad
Man U-
half
Man
and
U is
something
there,
like that.
struggling.
You know,
Yeah.
so maybe
Thereafter,
it's
but
yet
maybe
still receive
maybe it's
whooping.
coming together for him. I mean, let's not forget about the fact that the Premier League is a different ball game altogether.
Yeah.
You know, compared to the Portuguese league. You understand? No disrespect to that, but then it's a different ball game altogether. I think maybe it's beginning to come in together for him. But one thing I'll always say: stick with what works. If it is not your philosophy, but it is working, try and adapt yourself into that philosophy.
True.
I mean, stick with what works. Don't impose something that is not working and be high-handed about it. Just stick with what works.
Very true. I'm still going to ask you about Anslot because, I mean, he had some very strong words after the game, describing Manchester United as a long ball team.
Yeah.
Do you think he has a valid point or he's just a sore loser?
I have told you guys before, in the last episode, I reiterated it. The man is beginning to swim in waters that he did not swim in last season.
Yeah.
He's beginning to swim in those waters and it will backfire.
I was seeing his true color.
We're seeing his true color. He came in last season. He did not attach himself with any form of controversy, whether with his players or
Contract
with
extensions.
opposing managers or with the league or anything. He did not concern himself
And
with
that's
that.
why we saw
He
the nice part
that
of
was
him.
why we saw, and it worked. Trust me, if he had as much as said, okay, because you're having this problem, I'll treat you this way, it would not have worked for him. Now he's beginning to insult his players. He's beginning to attack fellow managers. He's beginning to criticize the playing pattern. He even said about Arsenal that Arsenal is stopping them by 1 point and 60% of their goals have been from set pieces. But they are topping you. They have the best goal difference in the league.
But that argument is valid.
That is what I'm saying. He did not
I
do
know, I
all of
just
this.
wanted to point this
He
out.
did not do all of these things last season. This season, he's beginning to do them.
To show his true color.
Of course, he already knows that Liverpool will not finish top 4 this season. He has already seen the handwriting on the wall. They will not finish top 4 this season.
Says who?
Say me. Liverpool not going to finish top 4 this season. Says me.
Really? It can't be that
They
bad.
won't finish.
It can't be that bad.
Camera talker.
Liverpool will not finish top 4
It
this
can't be
season.
that bad, Sawa. It
Let's
can't
bet
be
it.
that bad.
Let's bet it.
This is my small finger.
Quarter.
I don't say
They're not going to finish top 4 this season.
No wahala. No problem now.
We'll continue.
No problem.
Let him continue to insult other people. Maybe they insult managers, insult long ball. Person beat you, long ball. Person they top you, set piece. Person do this one. Your player, stupid. This one, that one. No wahala, continue.
But somehow he no lie. You.
That what?
The strategy where Manchester United deploy somewhat.
Yes.
And that una set piece.
Yes.
He did not lie.
Listen to me. What did Pep Guardiola play against Arsenal?
We're talking of Anslot.
Wait, now I'm asking you a question. What did Pep? I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
What did Pep Guardiola play against Arsenal at the Emirates?
Long balls.
No, what did he play? Low block.
Okay.
Have you ever seen him play low block?
No.
Good. Football changes. You approach every game based on how the game is unfolding. You don't go into any game. Not be waiting you read for 2005. Now you go write exam 2025.
Things don't change.
Syllabus don't change.
Not true.
You approach football differently. As the game is unfolding, maybe you come into the game thinking that, okay, now like this, I go do them. Then you see that the game is unfolding. You will not, you have to be foolhardy to stick to what you have already pre-planned.
So he's a sore loser.
He's a sore loser. Very dirty sore loser.
And to give him a taste of his own medicine, don't forget when he was replying Arteta, talking about how winners celebrate, losers explain.
Exactly.
He's the one explaining now.
Exactly.
They're the one explaining now. What do you mean that they're playing long balls? Everybody doesn't have to play the same tactics as you. If you are being expressive and you're leaving your back open, do I have to do the same? I have to do whatever it takes to win. If I'm going to play low block, if I'm going to pack the bus, as long as I get all 3 points.
Exactly.
That's all everybody or even the fans care about. 3 points. How you did it, I don't care.
Slots. Resist the urge to shalaye.
They say it goes soon start to the cell phone.
No explain. Calm down. Just take it easy. People won't go also explain now. Now ask now. The elephant back on top of the EPL table.
Yeah.
And I would like to ask you, do you think that Arsenal can maintain this lead and win the EPL this season?
From the look of things, from the handwriting on the wall, yes. From the look of things.
Pastor.
Handwriting on the wall after how many games?
Wait, now let's
Arsenal fans, eh?
Okay, let me take you. Let me do this for you.
Yes.
by this time last season, Liverpool had only conceded 3 goals. After 8 games last season, they had only conceded 3 goals. They went on to win the league, right? Arsenal have only conceded 3 goals this season. Arsenal has the best defense this season. Arsenal has the best goal difference this season. You understand? So, it is looking likely. Yes, I know everybody will refer to 3 seasons ago when they bottled the lead after leading for so many weeks.
Because that's what Arsenal is known for.
I'm heading somewhere, right?
Good year.
So they will always refer to that because, they bottled it 3 seasons ago, they bottled it, blah, 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 and all of that. Yes, people will refer to that. But this season is not the same as 3 seasons ago. Right now, Arsenal has the best squad in the league. They have backup player, not even backup, players of similar quality for every position right now. Players of similar, not backup. Because when you say backup, then it means there is a huge disparity in the level of player A and player B. You don't have that much difference, across all positions now for Arsenal. So the usage of these players and keeping them fresh and hopefully they are injury free. If all these factors playing together and the manager not being stubborn to insist that, okay, this is how I must play, irrespective of who is available and who is not available, then Arsenal will win the league easily.
Easily.
Yes, easily. Arsenal should win the league easily. The 5 points Arsenal have dropped so far was as a result of the manager. Arteta over 2 games. Those 2 games. I have said it before, I will say it again. I don't believe in managers saying, Arteta always giving the excuse of, Anfield is a difficult place to go and win. Anfield, whenever you go with that mentality, you're already going with a defeatist mentality and it makes you overthink your formation and your starting 11. And when you overthink things like that, you go there and it will backfire. The things you have called into play will play out actually. Do you understand? But if he had gone there and expressed himself, played a Berechese in midfield instead of that all defensive midfielders he played, things would have been different. Man, you just went to Anfield and won. Yes, you will be quick to remind me that it's the first time in 9 years, but then they did win. Teams come to Anfield and win. Teams go to the Etihad and win. Tottenham beat Manchester City at the Etihad 4-0 last season. But you go there, you play defensive because you think that it is difficult to come to these arenas and win. No. So if you don't do that and allow the guys, see, I am even more concerned playing teams like Bournemouth, Crystal Palace than playing against these big sides right now with this Arsenal team. So I think Arsenal is primed for the title. I think it's Arsenal's title to lose. I have said it before off camera. I think I've said it here. By April ending, Arsenal should have been done with the league.
Wrap it up.
By the end of April, Arsenal should have been confirmed as winners of the league.
Okay, no problem.
Maybe the league will end in May because of the World Cup.
Yes.
By the end of April, Arsenal should have been confirmed league
By the
champions.
end of April, we'll be here to
What of
remind
January?
you.
Usually, we already know who is going to win the league around January.
Let me not say January. You said I get pride.
That's to show you that even yourself, you are not certain.
No. By January, we're supposed to be like 9-10 points clear.
No problem.
By January, we're supposed to be like 9-10 points clear. But don't worry,
I'll let you know this. If Arsenal win the league this season,
what will it do
it's
for me?
definitely because other teams didn't come to the party.
No,
yes.
listen.
Wait. You know
Okay, why?
You can see how Liverpool are wobbling.
Yes.
If they don't get their acts
When
right.
Liverpool won the league last season, other teams came to the party.
That's the same thing
when
we're
Manchester
saying.
City won the league
That's
2
the same
seasons
thing
ago,
we're
other
saying.
teams didn't
Meaning
come to the
Arsenal
party.
cannot win the league when it's competitive.
What are you
They
talking
cannot.
about now?
Arsenal
What are you
cannot
talking
win
They can't win when
What are
it's
you talking
competitive
about?
because they cannot compete.
Okay, so when Man City was
They don't
winning the
have
league,
that mentality
when Man
to
City was
compete.
winning the league, it wasn't competitive.
It was competitive.
So Arsenal's own will not be not
When
competitive.
Arsenal was supposed to win the league, when they were topping the table for how many years?
When Liverpool
Why did they crack?
When Liverpool won the league last season, was it competitive?
It was not as competitive, but we know when Jurgen Klopp was going back to back and head to head with Pep Guardiola, he won it. Did he not?
Interesting, yes.
Did he not?
So if you agree with Toyo, baby, let me see your comments. If you agree with Sawadinho, let me see your comments. This one a very big debate, that the only way Arsenal will win the league in the 2025-2026 season is because other teams are not competing.
And they will still not win it. They will bottle it.
Wow. Okay.
They will bottle it.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to put them out for them. Talking about somebody where everybody go gather, put them out for 39 days after he was appointed as, the person who would lead them from the wilderness to the promised land. 18 minutes after that loss to Chelsea Football Club, Postecoglou received the message that a lot of managers dread.
Yeah.
He has lost his job. And I would like to ask
I
you.
hope this message finds you well.
Ew. And it be like say that Marinakis.
Yeah.
The man know they
He-
send.
He didn't even put
know
I
they
hope he
polite
finds
at
you well.
all.
Have you seen the guy's face?
But wait, I would like to ask: are we going to say that the man did not see this coming, or Postecoglou is just like the proverbial Oritobama Jeko, the head that will receive knock, even if it's inside aeroplane, it will hear and it will wind down, bring out the head and collect the knock.
Even though Postecoglou didn't do well at Nottingham Forest, he was just the scapegoat.
Chai.
I feel like Marinakis just set him up to fail. The dressing room itself was already a confused one because make sense sacking Nuno Espirito Santo. Yes, it was sacked due to non-footballing reasons, but you should have, if you know you don't want him to stay, you should have let him go before the season started. Bring in a manager that will go through the preseason with the players, and they will do, of course, they'll carry on the philosophy or whatever idea they want to carry on. And this man started with a win. First game, he won the first game, drew the second game, and lost to West Ham before the international break. And I think after that, during the international break, he was sacked. And then you brought in a manager who needed, trust me, Postecoglou needs like 3 years sabbatical.
Chai.
Honestly, because of what happened with Tottenham in the league. Forget the fact that he won the Europa League to just gloss over the
And
terrible...
even said he gets better in the second season.
Don't mind him. He's always... that trophy made him start, believing
Hallucinating.
believing in his Delulu because he needs that break.
Chai.
You cannot go through that embarrassment with Tottenham and feel like you come back to coaching again and you want to perform any magic. Take your time. And you look at the Nottingham Forest players and the team as it is. It's a team that they play for Nuno.
Yes.
And they were still coming off that, we just sacked our manager. How can you go 8 games, 6 losses, 2 draws? Like, it's really, really poor. You can't even muster 1 win.
Chai.
It's that bad.
Chai.
So I just feel like he was just set up to fail. It wasn't like his call per se.
Our brothers did that club. Now, why did he even do more personal? Awoni and Olaino.
Yeah.
But do you think that this situation can a team that competed for the Champions League spot, so they've been compete last season,
for
try
relegation.
now the team now relegation that they battle like this.
Yeah, relegation zone.
What do you think? Say the new person when go do to make things turn around for Nottingham Forest?
I think Marinakis has a lot of money to throw around
Of course.
because right now he would settle Nuno and he will settle Ange
Kai.
for terminating their contracts.
Ah, wow.
You understand? Unless probably there is a clause that says, okay, we'll
If
have
they
this
don't
agreement.
perform-
Yeah.
Yes, you understand? Maybe a performance-based clause, because Ange did not win 1 game in 8 games. He was in charge.
My goodness.
He didn't win a single game.
My goodness.
And they played a cup game. I think
Yes.
EFL
Swansea.
cup game.
Yes.
Swansea.
And I think
He
they
did not
led
even
in that
win.
They
game.
were
They were
2-0 up.
leading.
Exactly.
Hey!
So he didn't win a single game. So it means he was bad. Let's be frank.
Yeah.
He was bad. Because you came in, you took over an European side. Yes, these guys are back in Europe for the first time since 1995, 96. They are back in Europe. They were hoping to see, okay, whether they'll take it one step further to win their first title since 1990. You took over an European side and you failed to get a single win in 8 games. And those 8 games, you had a team like Swansea in that midst. And you couldn't get a single win. That's bad. That's poor. Just like she said, probably he needed time off. The Europa League win just covered the disaster that Tottenham had last season. They had a disastrous season last season. They were 1 place above relegation. Tottenham Hotspur. They were 1 place above relegation. And when you have someone like Danny Levy, that is a shrewd businessman, he doesn't gloss over these things. He would just get you out of the way ASAP. So, Ange Postecoglou, I don't think he's suited for the Premier League. That is the way I would just put it.
Maybe
So she
style.
just
I
go
don't
back
think-
to she won't
you
go
should-
back to Australia.
Yeah.
Or
Maybe come back
the
some
Scottish
years
League.
later.
Yeah.
You understand? Go back to Scotland, go back to Australia, go somewhere else. And to Marinakis, whatever the problem was between you and Nuno Espirito,
Go apologize.
I hope
Your eye don't
the man
clear
has
now.
a reputation for firing managers.
Yeah, he did that in Olympiacos.
Yeah, he had a reputation for firing managers. Now he's cutting Marco Silva. You understand? Who
And there's a
also
certain
worked for him.
Sondage too.
Who also worked for him. Marco Silva, I think, is a preferred candidate, but then because he's under contract with Fulham, you can't get him. So Sondage is like the favorite, like the
And he's a
leading
relegation
contender,
expert.
leading
Yeah,
contender
exactly.
right
Yeah,
now,
very
and he
true.
knows how to save teams. And that guy is also a tough person. But then, how do you allow players build a bond with a manager build a bond, and all of a sudden you just break up that bond. I mean, we've read and we've heard that even when Ange Postecoglou came in, he tried to respect whatever relationship the players had with Nuno. You understand? And not try to just, drop it on them like, I'm here now, I'm the boss here now. Even most of the players were saying, oh, if they click under Ange, they'll be unstoppable. Yeah, some of the players said that. Meaning whatever he was trying to implement, they were seeing that, okay, this thing would work, but it will take time. You understand? But that time is what he doesn't have right now. Because these guys have tasted success. They want to continue. Sometimes it's delusional. Just imagine Leicester City firing Claudio Ranieri a season after he won them the league. A season after he got you to Champions League football. And for something you did not even dream about.
Abi?
And you're firing Claudio Ranieri. Like what? You're now thinking too highly of yourself that, oh, we're league champions. Really? Because you did what normally because of world, how the world is structured, that some odd things can happen. You did what you are a beneficiary of one of those odd things, and you think all of a sudden you're Real Madrid. You understand? So these things happen. Maybe they are now thinking too highly of themselves. Nottingham Forest, let's not forget, have a rich history. They have a very rich history.
They have won the Champions League.
I didn't ask you to remind me. I didn't ask
Why are you taking it personal now? They have won the Champions League.
But then, I hope it is worth it. Whatever made you sack Nuno Espirito, I hope it is worth it.
Sure.
That's my take.
Speaking about oddities and certain things that happen and you are shocked, let's talk about Chelsea. 5 red cards in 6 games. Toyo baby, what is the root cause of indiscipline at Chelsea? Or is this something that just happens and it has nothing to do with discipline in that squad?
If it was the first time, second time, we'll say, okay, maybe they were just so unlucky. The third time it happened, I had this conversation with my colleague and I was like, there's a level of indiscipline going on with Chelsea. And he was like, it's not indiscipline now. It's not as if the tackles were, career-ending tackle. I said, indiscipline doesn't necessarily have to do with somebody tackling anybody on the pitch. It's just you not following rules. You not just being able to comport and compose yourself, right? And put yourself in line with rules and regulations, right? Now, you have their manager too, who knows fully well you're not supposed to, that celebration we saw, yes, you can be happy, you can all of that, but you're not supposed to celebrate with fans, the crowd, and all. You are well aware of something like that, but you didn't care. You're like, to hell with that. I'm so joyous right now. I'm so happy. I want to celebrate with the players, and you got another red card. So you see, from top to bottom, from the players on the pitch to those on in the stands, they're getting red cards. It means they need to, and the fact that they're getting those wins, yes, it maybe feel like it's no big deal, but they need to call themselves to order, have that conversation in the dressing room or wherever they want to have it, during training ground meeting or whatever, that these red cards needs to stop. Because if you look at it on the grand scheme of things, red cards equal suspension.
Yes. Yeah.
So one day one time or one weekend you want to play a big game.
Player.
Yes. And you need important players, and you see, oh, this guy is injured. This person that's supposed to replace him has a red card suspension or accumulated yellow card suspension. And somehow it will affect you. And then when you lose, you see Chelsea fans start crying that, oh, it's because of this. It was your own doing. We saw Malo Gusto, 2 bookable offense. It didn't make sense. We saw the same thing with João Pedro, a striker. Why are you getting a red card? Just keep your heads cool, keep your heads calm. And look, it's looking like, and it's even bringing all the thoughts back together, that Chelsea have too many inexperienced players. There's so many, they're kids. How many of them have played in the Champions League, consistently? How many of them have played big leagues consistently, shrug shoulders with the big boys consistently? They're all kids and they need orientation. Maybe they just need to orientate them during the training ground team talk or something like that.
Very true. Sawa, do you think that, that you can make excuses and say it happened because of, say, like for example, the Ekiti State guy, red card. You feel look and say, a lot of us thought that we'll just roll over this team. But, the idea that Manchester United were knocked out by a smaller team, and then you get that goal and you are excited. You can't come out your clothes before you realize, I'm not supposed to come out. But 5 red cards in 6 games, and even the manager says, sometimes you go on the ask, say, so what do you think? And we know you spoke about inexperience. We know Chelsea to be a side that would have like 3-4 senior players in the squad. The years of them Didier Drogba,
Yeah.
the years of them John Terry.
Yeah.
You go no say senior men, they Frank Lampard. Once they say make everybody do like everybody go do like that. But if I say Chelsea, they lack that leadership right now. Who do you think should step up and play that role? Because if I say James, not really the player.
I think Reece James is actually playing it.
Is he really playing
I
it?
think I think he
Did
is.
he not get a red card too?
It doesn't really matter. Now, I will take you to
But
Arsenal.
5 in 6 games plenty now, Sawa.
Arsenal has been in this position. Arsenal, I think it was 8 or thereabout. They've been in this position. Remember when Granit Xhaka was usually victim and stuff like that, you know. So the Arteta's early years, you know, Arsenal used to accumulate red cards. You understand? Some of them maybe complained about that they were undeserved and all of that. But it's just like we said, it's an on-field discipline something. You understand? For Ekitike's red card, football, we cannot distance football from emotion.
Yeah.
We cannot. Your system is pumped up. You know, it's full of emotions, a lot of things running through your mind and all of that. I mean, I watched Thierry Henry say one of his most remarkable goal was the first goal he scored when he returned to Arsenal. This is a man that has scored fantastic goals, you know,
brilliant
volleys, brilliant goals. But why? Because he said he celebrated that goal as a fan. Knowing that Arsenal was struggling at the time he returned and how that game was playing out and all of that, he came in from the bench and then scored. He said that is one of his best goals. So there is a lot of emotional build-up to some of these incidents. Whether it's a rough tackle, whether it's taking off your shirt in celebration, whether it's over-celebrating. I mean, we've all heard the story behind Emmanuel Adebayo's celebration against Arsenal. How the fans were booing, abusing and all of that. And he was like, man, I can't hold it. After he scored, he raced towards the fans. So all of these things have different things attached to it. Personally, I don't really like punishing players for celebration. Personally, I don't. If there's one rule I can change, I would probably change that. Because you see this thing that comes that you want to take off your shirt, it's spontaneous. It just comes with a whole lot of rush of blood. You just want to, like, you don't even know, sometimes you don't even know what to celebrate. Like me, I had a customary celebration, backflip. You know, that was my customary celebration.
When you were younger?
Yes.
And your bones were not there?
No, I can still throw the backflip very well right now.
No,
you understand? No, I can still throw it very well right now. So that was my customary celebration. Some players have their customary celebration, just like Julius Agawa and the rest of them. But sometimes you just find yourself doing something overexcited, just doing something, you know, out of it. You understand? So, I mean, I don't think people should be punished for that. But back to Chelsea, I think it's more of a discipline thing. On-field discipline. It's high time the coach calls his players and say, we need all of you available because we have XYZ games. We need you fresh. We don't need you suspended for the important games because it might affect our game plan and all of that going into those games. So please try and keep your head cool. But sometimes also it is not how much you talk to the players to keep their head cool. I will refer you to Mourinho's comments on Mario Balotelli. He said, I don't have these players available. They are injured. The only striker I have, Mario, is you. Mario had a yellow card in the first game. He said in the dressing room, out of 15 minutes of the rest, he used like 10 or 14
to beg
Mario Balotelli. Please, Mario, if they push you, don't talk. If they kick you, don't talk. If they do anything, don't talk. They got into the field. Less than 5 minutes, Mario Balotelli red card.
Well, it happens. It happens.
happens.
Speaking about something that is happening now and that a lot of people find surprising, you know, in the Italian Serie A, Napoli lost, scored a late goal, Vieira chalked it off. Inter Milan traveled to Rome, defeated AS Roma, and Como doing big things. Handed Juventus a 2-0 loss. Yes, a 2-0 loss. And a lot of people are saying Cesc Fabregas is in charge of things. They are currently on 6th position, 2 points behind Inter Milan and AS Roma, and 4 points behind AC Milan. Do you think that a lot of people are sleeping on Cesc Fabregas?
Not necessarily sleeping on him. Come on, he's on the up and up. Don't forget, their very first season when they came from promotion, he was the assistant manager. After that, and they stayed up. he became the main manager.
Yeah.
The boys, of course, we know that as the assistant manager, he was also very hands on deck in terms of tactics, how the team play. You could see the footprint, the imprint of Cesc Fabregas on the players.
Yeah.
And then it's now the full season as I'm the one in charge. This is my squad.
Yeah.
We could see in terms of philosophy, the kind of players that they sign, even though they don't have so much in their bank, they did some shrewd business. Maybe get this guy on loan, bring this guy here. They signed the Nico Paz deal too as well, even though Real Madrid have a 10 million buyback clause on the young guy. And we could see that he's using that guy as the main man to carry out that Cesc Fabregas midfielder aura in that particular squad there. They are doing well. They're passing the ball well. Bringing in Morata too also brings extra experience too. So somehow it's trying to get them together. The major goal is not to finish in the top 4 or top 6, if you ask me. It's to make sure there's a level of consistency where they are never afraid of relegating or going back to the Serie B. Because that's the first thing. The moment they start thinking about, want to finish top 4, top 6, they put unnecessary pressure on themselves. And these boys are not ready for it just yet. If they eventually end the season as top 6 finishers, that's fantastic. But that should not be the ultimate goal. You put it on the wall and say you must finish top 6. They should be at least top 10, do well, be consistent, be a thorn in the flesh of most of these big sides. They know that when they are playing Como, a side is coming here to come, and there are no pushovers, right? The way they play is quite enticing, so I like it. But I've noticed that after the international break, the last international break, not this one that just concluded, he learned something. I remember early this season, he had a couple of losses this season already, and that was because he felt like, the expressive football, we can play it against every team. You need to pick your battles.
Yes.
There are some games where we can't be so expressive and so open because the inexperience will still count. And there are some games where we need to sit back, pack the boss, and then if we see some games where we can exploit our opponents, why not go for it? And that was what we saw against Juve. They were compact at the back, and at the same time they were quite expressive. They were able to express themselves in different ways, break the lines, pick up open spaces there, and even split the defenses of Juventus. So it's good to see. Fabregas is building in something. Nobody is underrating him. The last time he spoke, where he was interviewed, not as a Como manager, but he was just talking about how young players now, the Gen Z players, the philosophy, and how new managers now are so strict, or rather are so control freak. And he made mention of something. He said, look, it's better to play to the strength of your players. Let them express themselves. They are the talents. You are not the talented one. They are your tools. So if you have a grinder, and you want the grinder to maybe grind pepper or something, and yet you want to use the grinder for something else, you know it's definitely going to fail.
Very true.
Except if that grinder can do that stuff. So that's why you have versatile players. So he was also mentioning that, he also talked about Barcelona, bringing in the La Masia and using them. He said a top side like Barcelona, their first intention was not to use La Masia. It was because their hands were tied because they couldn't sign players. So you could see he's very intelligent. There's nobody that doesn't know that Cesc Fabregas is well. Yes, he's intelligent, he's knowledgeable. He knows what he's doing. And with time, I don't want him to rush and start leaving Comona, and then one big club is calling him, so that he will not put a dent on his CV. But he's doing something good at Como and should continue.
Very true.
Yeah.
Let us talk about grinding results.
Yeah.
Mamelodi, Bafana, Lodi Sundowns. Traveled
Bafalodi
Sundowns. Traveled down to Abeokuta and put Remo Stars under the rock. 5-1 winners. It wasn't even just about the scoreline. It was the manner
in which
it could have been more.
Yeah.
It was the manner.
Basa was good, right?
Yes. It was the manner in which they just strolled on the pitch, took the Remo Stars defense apart, and just kept scoring. And it got to the point they could not even celebrate any longer because it just looked like, say, made this game just end.
Yeah.
And I would like to ask you, Sawa, these are MPFL champions.
Yeah.
These are our very best.
Yeah.
Currently, if we reason them like that.
Yeah, sure.
And picked apart by Mamelodi Sundowns. Some people have said, well, you played against the South African national team, say maybe 60.
It doesn't matter. That was their first win in Nigeria.
Okay.
That was their first win in Nigeria. They had not won in Nigeria before.
Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yes, Mamelodi Sundowns. They had not won against the Nigerian side in Nigeria before. So that was their first win in Nigeria. And that tells you the level of our football right now. I said it during the Chan Championship that the Chan Championship is a reflection to an extent, of the level of our football right now, where our football is, our football league. Olise said it here that your football cannot progress without your league.
Yes.
You don't have a footballing philosophy if you don't have a functional league. It tells you where our football is at right now. Remo Stars is arguably one of the better sides in the league right now.
Structure, the way they play,
organization and everything. I know people will say, oh, they didn't play it in Ikene, maybe it kind of affected them, and all of that. See, I don't think that would have played much difference, whether they had played that game in Ikene or wherever. Mamelodi Sundowns, there's a reason why they are one of Africa's best teams currently. We're seeing the growth. We saw them at the Club World Cup Championship. And we saw that they were not disgraced. They gave a good account of themselves.
True.
You understand? So they are a very solid side. Yes, whether they are composed of 70, 60, 80%, whatever percentage of the national team players, it doesn't mean. It means something is happening in their league that is not attracting them to go elsewhere and play. You understand? And that result showed us where Nigerian football is at the moment. We're not even among the top 10 leagues in Africa. We're not even among the top 15. You understand?
Yes, there's a golfing class. The PSL
We're not
and the
even among the
NPFL.
top 15.
We're not.
That's the reason why our
We're
coefficient
not.
has dropped when it comes to CAF Confederation
See,
Cup and Champions
If you
League
play
Cup.
against a team,
Top
if a
15.
Nigerian team plays against a team from Congo DR, you expect that team to win. The Congo DR team to win.
No,
if a
now.
Nigerian team plays against a team, see, as a matter of fact, Baba, we're talking about preliminaries.
The Rivers
When
not lose to
last-
Black Bulls.
When last did we get to the group stage of the Champions
The money
League?
spinning group stage.
Of the Champions League.
Now they ain't do that in last now.
Well, no. I think Rivers
Rivers
United.
did. Rivers
you
did.
understand?
Rivers
So
did.
when last did we? All these things. What are we talking about? See, there was a time when we dropped to just presenting one person for CAF Confederations Cup, one person for Champions League. I think it was either Eyimba that restored that or Rivers United that restored that.
Chai.
So it just shows us the gulf in class between Mamelodi. Like you said, it's not just about the result; it's about the manner in which the result was achieved.
Yeah.
The game in South Africa would be a walkover. Maybe they might just go and field
They can
second
spare
place
Remo.
side, and just you understand. So I don't get it. And we saw about 6 or 7 Remo Stars players start in that Chan team.
Yes.
6 or 7 of them were starters in that Chan team that were
That lost to
That were
Sudan.
pummeled by Sudan.
Sudan.
So it's the same thing.
Oh, my shield.
You can't change overnight. It's the same thing. So give it to the PSL.
Yes, congratulations.
fantastic.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can resolve the problems and move on. Finally, let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Our qualification for the African playoffs for the World Cup in 2026. Hard work or luck?
Luck. Yes, luck, because I don't want to get carried away by the 4-0 win against Benin Republic. Good one for them. Kudos to them. But where was this performance? 2 games ago, other games against Lesotho. Gabon finished with 25 points, just one short of Ivory Coast before that 6 points was deducted, right?
Yeah.
And we saw, and that means with the point deducted, 19 points, they are still better than our table topper. That's South Africa.
South Africa.
That's to show you the number of the kind of hard work they had to put in. So we were lucky. We were given another shot at life again.
Yeah.
It was a sigh of relief. At some point, if you notice, after that 3-0, that's hat-trick from Osimhen. They were not even aware they needed to score 4 goals to top Burkina Faso. That's to show you how ignorant and they are. Like, how would you not know what you need to qualify? It wasn't just a win alone. You needed to score 4 goals so that the goal difference will put you above Burkina Faso. Finally, thank God, Onyeka scored that goal. They did so against Gabon, because Gabon are the lowest ranking side in Africa. That's why we're giving Gabon. No doubt, we're 41st. We can do something. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a one-off. Let's not forget it's a one-off. It's not a 2-legged affair.
Yeah.
We can win against Gabon. It's possible. If we have Victor Osimhen, the general of the Super Eagles, yes, he can score those goals. But let's not look down on Gabon themselves. They have so many underrated players. Players are not talked about that we don't even know them too well.
They even have a goal-scoring machine, Aubameyang.
And then they have Aubameyang, where it was
Who is not even the top scorer in the qualifiers for Gabon.
Exactly. And we saw how it was Gambia versus Aubameyang, not Gambia versus Gabon. He scored 4 goals, and then it was like, drop mic, it's my time to leave the stadium. That's to show you that if Aubameyang is in song on that day, he can also cause us some, problems too as well. So we just need to keep our heads cool, take positives from that 4-0 win, and spur ourselves on.
So let me put you on the spot. Nigeria versus Gabon in November.
Well, funny enough, I think we will qualify for the World Cup. Now, yes.
So you believe we will qualify now?
Yes, and I would explain.
Okay.
First off, I wouldn't narrow our qualification down to luck. That 4-0 win, I wouldn't. That would be disrespecting the effort of the boys on the day. That was pure hard work, right? Maybe God showed us mercy. Yes.
After
you have to stay one place.
Yes.
After I use our Lord Jesus Christ to beg God.
Yes, after I beg God with our Lord Jesus Christ to show us mercy, backed with scriptures.
Yes.
And maybe God showed us mercy. You understand? But they turned up. I watched Colin Udo on ESPN say that the NFF president told them in the dressing room that they needed 4 goals to qualify.
Oh, okay.
So I want to believe that they knew that they needed 4 goals to qualify, but why Nwabali was killing time, I don't understand.
Yeah, because it was obvious that
it was obvious
if you need 4 goals, why you dey roll for ground?
Because if you see the way they celebrated when Onyeka scored, it means that information had gotten to them that they needed.
No, but I think towards the end of the game, they sent the reserve goalkeeper to go to him and tell him, because there was a video that was taken from the stands when the fans were shouting, "We need one more, we need one more."
Yeah.
And they started singing, "All we are saying."
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I want to say that I don't think that they did not know that we needed 4
from
goals.
the beginning.
From the beginning they knew
that we needed 4 goals.
Yes, from the beginning. Remember, from the beginning we had 2 qualifying routes. 1-0, 2-0 was enough for us to qualify if South Africa failed to win. Now, if South Africa won, Colin Udo had already posted it earlier that we needed 4 goals even before the game to qualify if we were to finish at second. That if South Africa wins again, we need 4 goals. We need to beat Benin Problem. So the news was already out there that we needed 4 goals. In the stadium, the news filtered that we needed 4 goals. You understand? And they scored 4. So I won't take that down to just luck. Give it to Osimhen, fantastic. Give it to the boys. They turned up on the day, yes. And everybody would ask, where has this performance been? I will be the first to ask that question. You understand? Because I don't think we would be here calculating. And some people are saying, oh, thank God we drew against Zimbabwe home and away. No, if we had won those 2 games, we would have been straight to the World Cup.
Yes, now.
We won't be calculating this best loser, no best loser. If we had won against Zimbabwe, South Africa topped the group and they topped up with just 1 point. Even if they had not deducted those 3 points from them, if we had won against Zimbabwe home and away and we had beaten Lesotho here, we would have topped the group. Even with the scores against Benin Republic and South Africa, we would have topped the group comfortably. Do you understand? So maybe they will now go back and tell themselves from this point, because have we dragged them enough? Yes, we have. Do they deserve the dragging? Yes, they deserve it. Because they have not shown us that they know what it means to don the colors of the national team. But now, with that result, I can tell you categorically that we'll be at the World Cup in 2026. Because I know we'll beat Gabon. Let us not forget that we have only lost once. And that game is a must win. Whether draw or whatever, a winner must emerge. So whether penalties or what, so when they are coming to train, that 3 days or 4 days that they will spend together, train for every team, train for extra time, train for penalties and all of that. I know Gabon had a clean sweep in the qualifiers, but the only strong opposition they played, like on paper, that is of Super Eagles quality, was the Ivory Coast. And over 2 legs, they didn't score a single goal against the Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast beat them 1-0 and drew goalless in the other one. And that was the only team that they struggled against, the Ivory Coast. Meaning, they can equally struggle against us. They played Seychelles, they played the Gambia, they played Burundi. You know, some of these other smaller teams who the Super Eagles ordinarily will be also expected to beat. But then, if you look at the Super Eagles result against Lesotho and Zimbabwe and Benin Republic, you might also say, oh, well, these teams are almost around the same level and the Super Eagles yet struggled against them. You understand? Which is the reason why we doubted them for so long. But right now that they have that second shot at life, I think they would blaze through. And let us not forget, I think the African qualifiers is the hardest. it is the hardest because after Gabon, you have either of Cameroon and Congo DR, two boogie teams as well. If they make it out of the African qualifier, the Confederation is just one game that they have to play there because it will be arguably the highest ranked side going into that, meaning they will have a bye, to just go straight to the final of that one. And when you look at teams like New Caledonia, you look at teams like any team that will emerge from CONCACAF or CONMEBOL. I know CONMEBOL, Bolivia is already there. Who I think we will avoid. Do you understand? I think they will make it to the World Cup. I think so. If they do not, go back to their previous self.
All right, no wahala now. Hopefully, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will make us all proud. We are rooting for you. We want you to go and show the world the stuff that we are made of. Make we go this break. Once we come back, it will be Ponta's Corner. And that gift, when I promise I go reveal the winner of the gift. No go anywhere when they come back. Now, still, Home Turf Podcast brought to you by Bet Nigeria, your home of bet. Boom. Welcome to Bet Boom! This is where we share the most impressive Bet Boom slips. Remember, tickets that are boomed on Bet Boom, courtesy of Bet Nigeria, stand the chance to win up to 1 billion naira. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? 1 billion naira. You fit go sleep as thousandaire, millionaire, tens of millionaire, hundreds of millionaire. You go wake up as billionaire and na Bet Nigeria na in dey run am. Not be church evidence day. Make I give una these people when me say them stake and then boom their ticket for them. This first punter stake 100,000 naira on 3.95 odds to win how much? 395,000. Bet Nigeria say you are a good boy, you are a good girl. Let me boom your ticket. Instead of make the person win 395,000, Bet Nigeria boom that ticket to 790,000. Somebody say boom. This next person carry 1,000 naira stake on top of 55.89 odds. How much the person supposed win? 55,888 naira 35 kobo. Because Bet Nigeria will pay you to your kobo. Bet Nigeria come boom that ticket from 55,000 to 558,883 naira 50 kobo. Somebody say boom. Finally, this person carry 1,500 stake on top of 371.76 odds. 1,500 on 371.76 odds. How much the person supposed win? With that 1,000, the person supposed win 836,449 naira 89 kobo. Bet Nigeria can't tell the person say Asheshe Bere, meaning we are just starting. I'm going to boom this ticket. Bet Nigeria boom that ticket to 4,182,249 naira 43 kobo. Did you hear me? 4,182,249 naira 43 kobo. Imagine from 836,000 to 4 million. Now only Bet Nigeria they run am. Somebody shout boom! Shout boom! Shout boom! Welcome back to the Home Talk Podcast brought to you by Bet Nigeria, your home of bets. Boom! Una remember the episode when featured the legendary Sunday Olise. Him been promised say somebody go win this book, Audacity to Refuse. Sunday Olise, my story, legendary Super Eagles player and skippo. We don't get the winner. If your name is Undubuisi Onukwili. Your information on YouTube is Undubisi Onukwili 490. Yes, Undubisi Onukwili 490. Now you get this one though. You see the legend even sign am. Now you get that. Yes, zoom in. You see say he sign am. So you go fit tell people say now you get this particular one. Make sure you see am. You see his signature. Yes, Sunday Olise, legendary Super Eagles international skippo. Now he signed this particular one. Play for Ajax, play for Juve, play for Dortmund. You don't get something where we say where you keep am for shelf or other books. Except the holy book. So congratulations, Undubisi Onukwili. Onukwili. You fit drop message for this YouTube like this. And also go at Bet Nigeria IG. At Bet Nigeria IG. go drop message for the DM. Say, hi, my name is Undubisi Onukwilio. I am the winner of the book. Make them get that information. In fact, to also make it easier, you fit also send me direct message. Husband material _HM. Husband material _HM for Instagram. Me, I go see him sharp. Once I see him, we get your information and we'll know how we'll give you this book. This thing not be in a better bestseller you dey see. So Sunday only say Undubisi Onukili, congratulations to you.
And for those of them who still won't buy the book,
exactly.
I mean, it's selling on Amazon. Just go there, just type the name.
No wahala. So let's proceed now. Ponta's Corner. Make we put mouth inside matter we be say is sweet where.
Yeah.
Now there are so many media platforms across Europe that have reignited the best striker conversation, given that amazing performance by Victor Osimhen against Benin Republic.
Yeah.
And I would like to ask you, the top European teams miss a quality striker this past window. So your baby.
Well, it wasn't like they didn't want to sign him.
Are you sure?
Look, anytime Victor Osimhen's name come up, he's always splitting opinions, with his style of play, his character. Not that he has a bad character anyway, he's a good guy. Everybody has their own and all that. I just feel like there's this mixed feeling around him. At Napoli, he was a player who was, honing his skill, getting better. He was rough around the edges at some point and he was honing it to make sure that I'm a finished product. Yeah. He went to Galatasaray on loan, scored goals. They love him and they still love him till now, and he's back there again on a permanent. But before then, the old drama and the saga where I wanted to join Chelsea, we saw John Mikel Obi, Didier Drogba. These guys wanted him to join their club, and he actually did fit that profile of Chelsea, a standalone striker, somebody who can always stone the ball. He would always fight. He would run. I saw an interview of Didier Drogba where someone was asking him, who is that striker that you see yourself in now, in this new boys? And he said, Victor Osimhen.
Wow.
Because he's a fighter, he's a hustler. He can hustle for the ball, run into spaces. He's athletic. He's tall. He's very good in the air too as well. But the problem is, Victor Osimhen misses chances a lot. And in as much as he misses a lot of chances, at the same time, he scores goals too. If you look at his statistics against the new age strikers, the likes of Isak, Gyökeres, his statistics are better. But every time, these big clubs want a particular striker, they put the clause of maybe they want aesthetically pleasing strikers. And I think that's the reason why Liverpool went for the likes of Ekitike and Isak. Because if you combine both of them together, I think Victor Osimhen would give you what both of them would give you. Arsenal need a striker who would bang goals. Victor Osimhen will get into that setup. He doesn't care whether nobody can bully Victor Osimhen in that defense line. He would definitely hustle for those goals. Bukayo Saka and Martinelli would have joy having a Victor Osimhen up front, somebody they are willing to look up to and stone him the ball at every given opportunity. Manchester United would do well with Victor Osimhen, but I don't want him to go there. Yeah, because so they don't rubbish him. So they don't rubbish him.
You see yourself,
And then you look at Chelsea. Chelsea have the likes of João Pedro, Delap, and the likes. Who are these guys compared to Victor Osimhen? Victor Osimhen alone, fully fit. I think another reason why they shied away from him was the injury problems. He's quite prone to injuries. We saw that with Napoli. Those 3 seasons at Napoli, he only had one very consistent season where he was injury-free. And even before then, early in that season, he had this injury where he broke his some things on his face, the skull and everything, and he had to start wearing that mask and all that. But we know how efficient Victor Osimhen is. He's good. His statistics are very, very good. But if you look at top 5 strikers, in my opinion, I put him in top 6. He's not in my top 5. Erling Haaland, Harry Kane, Kylian Mbappe, Robert Lewandowski, and Lautaro Martinez. Aside from these 5, maybe even Julian Alvarez, but outside this top 5, Victor Osimhen is right behind them.
Interesting.
So yes, he's a very good striker.
Interesting. I mean, he's a striker that scores, not a chaos chaos causing striker.
No, he
like
scores.
some people want us to believe.
No.
The man that scored so many goals in Portugal, but they say they just want him to come and be causing chaos.
What is that?
I'm always looking for terminology.
Yes, to cover up their rubbish.
10 games, he never score. How many goals he don't score? He play 11 games, 3 goals.
One penalty.
And
2 against
Leeds. Let's not even talk about him. Let's move on.
Can I
Let's
ask
talk
you a
about
question?
strikers.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm the one asking questions.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Okay, ask me a question.
How many strikers have won the best striker in the world award from the Ballon d'Or? How many can you remember?
The best striker
In the world. Yeah, the Ballon d'Or award for best striker. How many strikers have won it?
When did the
I think like
competition?
3.
When did the
How many?
competition
Lewandowski
start?
was the first person,
yes.
followed by Haaland,
And
then Gyökeres.
Okay, fine. So who's the reigning best striker in the world according to the Ballon d'Or?
Gyökeres, because of what he did.
No, don't explain. Don't
It's okay.
explain.
It's
I said,
okay.
who is the current best striker in the world
Victor
according
Gyökeres.
to? Good. Let's
Yeah.
leave it at that. So if you like, say chaos. If you like,
No,
say,
not be me
you
say chaos.
cannot-
Now they say chaos
no,
now.
No, if you
There is
like,
a chaos
if
causing
you like,
striker.
if you like, say anything you want to say.
I have never
You
heard
will
that
not
in my
take-
life.
You will never take.
Arsenal fans
you
and
will
grammar.
never take
He's a chaos
away
causing
the
striker.
fact that Victor Gyökeres
He's
is
a chaos
currently
causing
the
striker.
best striker in the world according to the Ballon
With 3
d'Or.
goals in 11 games.
It doesn't matter.
All right, 1
And
penalty.
is he now doing that for us now?
It doesn't matter.
Is he doing that for
How
us?
many weeks is the season? How many
Ekitike
weeks?
already scored the first game, Community Shield.
How many weeks is the
It
season?
doesn't matter.
How many has
matter.
Ekitike scored now?
It
How many has
doesn't
he scored
matter.
now in the
No,
league?
he
Wait,
don't-
how many has he scored now
He
in the
has
league?
scored more than Gyökeres.
In the league?
Or in all competition.
No, in the league.
Leave one league.
I'm saying
the
in
11
the
games
league.
where they count for Gyökeres, is he only in the league?
In the league,
No,
how many
let's
has
count.
Ekitike
How many games
scored?
has he played?
How many has Ekitike scored?
How many games has he
he has
played?
scored 5 goals or so.
Okay,
Can we
let's move on. Let's
get to the end of the season and let's find out how many strikers will score
so
more
you
goals
want to wait
than
till the
Victor
end- you want to wait
Gyökeres.
till the end of
I
the
have
season.
told you and I will repeat it. Victor Gyökeres will score at least 30 goals in all competitions this season. Write it down anywhere.
30 goals.
In all competitions. Write
Look,
it down
camera, talk this one.
anywhere.
There are 3 things you
Victor
don't talk today.
Gyökeres will score at
He
least
already has 3. Where will the
30
27 come from?
goals in all competitions this season.
All right, no problem. Let's move on. Let's talk about a striker that actually scores, but he's not scoring now. Alexander Isak. Is this
Yeah.
karma or he's just not really good enough?
When you say, that's the problem I have. When you say one season wonder, you say he always scores. How many times has Alexander Isak in his life scored 25 plus goals a season? How many times? In his full life. When you see one season wonders, you say they always score.
No, last season he scored a lot of goals.
Take away last season. Tell me how many times in his full life that he has scored 25 plus goals a season.
But wait,
At Real Sociedad, he never scored 20 goals a season in the league.
wait. You cannot take away last season.
I think it was 14 or 15 or
Because if you
thereabouts.
take away last season, then it means Gyökeres would not win anything. Because you just made the argument.
Go to 2 seasons ago. Now, go to 2 seasons ago.
Playing for.
Where was Alexander Isak playing before he came to Newcastle? Where was he playing now?
Is this
Sociedad.
Sporting Lisbon?
Real Sociedad
But
in
he
the
was
Spanish La
young.
Liga.
As at that time, he was 22.
How old is Victor Gyökeres?
Victor Gyökeres is 27.
How many years? So when he was playing there, how many years? 25, 26.
You want to compare the
So he's so
Portuguese
young.
league? The Portuguese league?
Okay.
The Portuguese league.
Play for the
Wait,
best team in the
let's-
Portuguese league.
Okay, fine.
And play for
Come on.
Sociedad.
Let's talk about the Portuguese league.
Yes. No, leave Portuguese
Radamel Falcao has played
Leave
there.
Portuguese
Did
league.
he score 40 goals?
When the Portuguese league was
Wait,
Portuguese, is this same thing now?
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I will
even,
say that.
Even because the
I
teams
will
were
say
even,
that.
the teams were
Because
even more rubbish. The
That's a
Portuguese
lie.
teams were
That
more
is a
rubbish.
lie.
back
That
in
is
the
a
day.
lie.
Oh, really?
Sporting Lisbon Porto was always a big game as at that time.
Yes.
Oh, it's not still a
Sporting
big
Lisbon.
game.
It's not a big game. It's
You,
not a big
you see
game.
somebody
No.
that scored over 90 goals in 2
Aside
seasons.
Gyökeres in that
A
Sporting
league-
Lisbon.
A league
Make
that has
another player
had
that you know.
a league that has had Radamel Falcao.
Hawk.
A league that has had Hawk. A league that has had
Brahimi.
Just name them.
Brahimi.
None of them has been able
Even
to
Abu
score
Trika. Abu
80
Trika was
goals,
there.
80 goals across 2 seasons.
Playing
and you're
against-
telling me
playing
you want to
against
rubbish
Pacos
you-
Pereira.
Oh,
Playing against.
why didn't
playing
they
against
score?
Nkechi and Sons.
Why didn't they score?
Playing against-
Why did they rack
Do you see how the defenders bully Gyökeres?
Why didn't
Yesterday,
they-
Yes.
he was just tossed around anyhow.
and yet the Arsenal won.
All right, let's talk about.
And yet he forced out 2 brilliant saves
Let's
from
talk
the
about
goalkeeper.
Isak. Let's talk about Isak now. What is wrong? Karma or
There is nothing like
it Liverpool
karma for
fans' head
Isak.
don't catch am?
No,
Or
there's nothing
the guy
like
is not
karma
just good
on
enough?
Isak. Maybe it will come. I won't say he's not good enough. He's good. You understand? He had a brilliant season last season with Newcastle United. He had a brilliant season last season. Sometimes it's good to just sit back and build on that success. And then he moved to Liverpool. Liverpool this season is not the same as Liverpool last season. Liverpool, whether they like it or not, they are missing Diogo Jota and Diaz. They are missing Diogo Jota and Luis Diaz. Diogo Jota, unfortunately, that sad accident. Luis Diaz, why they let him go, I don't know. They are missing those two guys up front. They are lucky that Cody Gakpo is stepping up. Because that Mohamed Salah, Ekitike, and Isak, problem good day. Diaz and Jota were willing to sacrifice for Salah to score. They don't mind. Them, they getting their own few numbers, they don't mind. But this one, everybody wants to score. Salah wants to be star man. Passes when go need to square for Isak. He no go square them. He go one score by himself.
No be lie.
Isak himself too go find himself in those positions and he would also want to score. If a Ekitike comes, the same thing. You understand? So you have three players that know that their marketability is hinged on the number of goals that they score. Their bargaining chip is hinged to a great extent on the number of goals that they score. And it might begin to cause problems for them.
No be lie.
Look at what Walter Made is doing for Newcastle right now. I think he scored like 4 already in the league. Look at the brilliant goal he scored against, was it Brighton? You understand? They flick. You understand? Because they are creating for him, just like they were creating for Isak. Don't take anything away. Isak scored some solo brilliant goals as well. He scored some beautiful volleys as well. You understand? But then, Isak didn't have players that are selfish as well, because it is one of the characteristics of a striker to be selfish. Yes, to have a shot at goal even when you can pass. You understand? It is one of their characteristics. Whether Thierry Henry, whether whoever, they will do that. So Isak didn't have so many of those players around him at Newcastle. They don't mind laying it off for him to finish. But right now you have players that if they have a 50-50 chance, 50% to pass, 50% to shoot, they'll most likely shoot.
Yes.
You're playing alongside those players now. In Mohamed Salah, in Ekitike, and even in Gakpo, because he wants to drive in as well and shoot. Do you understand? So, and it's going to be a problem unless your midfielders are now, and now you have the midfield that is struggling. Florian Wirtz is one person that you expect to probably do some of these jobs, these passes and all of that. But instead, it is Iwobi that is doing it with those killer passes and all of that, and Bruno. So, that is the problem Isak may have. He didn't turn a bad player overnight. No, he's not. He's still a good player. He's still a player that I think can give you double-figure goals this season for Liverpool.
But not 30.
Then it is high time these three strikers, these three forward players come to play together. If not, Liverpool will suffer. Especially coupled with the fact that Florian Wirtz is not really finding his rhythm at the moment, and the coach is still torn between whether I should play Chiesa, whether I should play Szoboszlai in midfield or at right back, whether I should do this, whether I should not do that. McAllister may not be able to find all of those killer passes and all of those things. I just hope that I don't know if I should say I hope for the best for them, but whatever it is.
But Gyökeres will score more goals
than
ahead of Isak.
I think the only person that will score more goals than Gyökeres this season in the league is Haaland. I think the only person. I have no doubt about Gyökeres' ability to score 20 league goals this season.
And then 30 goals across all competitions.
I have no doubt in his ability to do it.
Right, we'll be here to remind you.
Yeah, you remind me.
We'll be here.
No problem. Speaking about giving people their flowers, let us talk about Alex Iwobi.
Yeah.
He has become the Nigerian with the most appearances in the English Premier League. 299 appearances for Alex Iwobi. I think he deserves a round of applause. You know, easy now.
Go, Alex.
From Arsenal boy to Everton boy to Fulham boy. And we know he's definitely going to do a lot more. He's still young and the boy, they play ball. I mean, if you check now, people will be say, fit hold ball. Do one or two things when the team go feel the impact. Alex Iwobi follow. So congratulations, Alex Iwobi. But let me now, ask this very important question, because we have seen so many Nigerians go on to become, first in so many categories and different positions. I would like to ask you, in your all-time Nigerian international ranking, for people who played for club and country, where would you classify Alex Iwobi?
For the EPL, yeah?
Not EPL.
For the Super
As a player of the Super Eagles of Nigeria who also plays in Europe. If you want to do your ranking now, including legends who don't play where you go put them? will he fall into your top 3? Will he fall into your top 5? Or you will say, maybe because he hasn't ended his career, let me just keep him in top 10 first.
Yeah.
Maybe because he hasn't ended his career, maybe in top 20. Yes, now we have loads of talents before.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Come on.
That have
I will not let recency bias, cover my eyes.
I think I agree.
We have legends and guys who have played to top clubs in Europe and they won trophies, not just play for the sake of playing. They won trophies too. They impacted, they left their mark in those clubs that they represented too. We saw John Obi Mikel for Chelsea. He won the Champions League. He won the league too before leaving, the Carling Cup and the FA Cup. You have Yakubu Ayegbeni, left his footprint with Everton and Middlesbrough, scored 95 Premier League goals. Kano, the same thing too.
Augustine JJ Okocha.
Yeah. How many trophies did he really win?
Save them from relegation.
Well,
he said Europe. So you can go
sure. I'm not talking about trophies. I'm talking about trophies now.
Yeah.
You have Sunday Olise who played for Juve, played for Dortmund. Finidi George won the Champions League for Ajax.
You have Victor Ekpeba. Finidi George was the best right winger of his time. Not the best Nigerian right winger. No, the best. The best right winger in the world.
We have so many of them that we can't even finish listing. So would just be respectable to put him at top 20 there.
But looking at, how people judge success now, do you think he would make your top 10? Because some of these people that you have mentioned, the reason why they stand out is because they went on to win major trophies.
Yes.
But playing for Fulham, and by the special grace of God, moving to the next level. We are celebrating him.
We are celebrating
299 appearances. But do you think he would ever break into that?
He may. Let me.
He go win Champions League.
He may, depending on his next move, because Fulham doesn't look like a team that can win the Champions League.
He go win EPL.
Depending on his next move.
But
because
at the same time,
now,
are you so certain that even
with this performance,
Iwobi would sign for a bigger club than Fulham?
Yes, of course.
You think so?
Now, yesterday, I think the Arsenal Fulham game, I was commentator.
No, not yesterday.
The Arsenal Fulham game, I was commentator for that game. And in doing my research ahead of that game, Iwobi has, I think, the second highest defense splitting passes in the Premier League after Bruno Fernandes. His impact, his stats are padding up, and positively as well. You understand? So he is doing well enough to attract the top guys. The issue is, will they be willing to go for him?
Is he consistent? He's not.
From last season to now. If you're going to use me as a standard for top guys, I'm not attracted. Let's talk about consistency. Listen, from Everton to Fulham, they signed him for over £20 million. That's a lot of money. Meaning he was doing something at Everton. I think 22 or 20 something million pounds. That was what Fulham got him for. Okay. That's a lot of money.
Okay.
Not even Emil Smith-Rowe and the rest of those guys that left. Eddie Nketiah cannot command that amount of money.
Crystal Palace signed Chrysanthus Uche for 25 million. From Getafe.
See now,
it's not by the money.
See, no. I'm talking about people that are playing the Premier League now. Okay. From Premier League to Premier League.
Okay.
Coming from outside, sometimes we splash this money. Do you understand? Premier League to Premier League. Frolan Rees came for over 100 million. What's his name?
We're talking about Nigerian.
Good. That's what I'm saying. Will they be willing? I said, you are putting all the Nigerian factors inside. And still, they brought 20-something million to bring Iwobi from Everton to Fulham, meaning he has been doing something. And he's had a progressive run since he joined Fulham. Sure. I think last season was his highest scoring season.
Yeah.
From both Arsenal and Fulham. And Everton and Fulham. So, meaning there is progress. You understand? So, I think he's doing enough to catch the eye of some of the top sides. Maybe not the very first two, top three, top 4.
I think he's 29 now.
You understand? Maybe top 3, top 4. But then, mid-table, no, he's not up to 29. Which day we go turn 29 now?
Iwobi is not a kid,
Iwobi is supposed to have got 27.
For what?
27, 20.
Iwobi is 20.
Let's quickly check it. Iwobi fit no that.
Please check for us.
Iwobi coming go
you know, say COVID don't be 5 years now. Time don't go.
Please check.
Not true, Sha.
No,
not true.
Time don't go. He played for Arsenal before COVID.
2017. Now it will be first come.
28, 29. He's not a kid. He just has that baby face.
We'll check that. We'll
if he was 20,
27.
If he was 20 in 2017, if he was 20, we may give us him be 20 for 2017.
No, he never reached 20. Now teenager will be.
Plus or minus. In don't they?
Remember saying that from Arsenal Academy, now he take Boston. You understand? And he was just trying to make his headway into the team before the coach collected him. You understand? So let's just leave that. So, but if talking about whether he's top 10, for me, right now, say, let me leave him out of that conversation, and watch him unfold. You understand more? Because just like she said, there's been lots of Nigerians that have actually flourished in their club career across Europe. There's been a lot of Nigerians that have actually flourished.
All right.
You understand? And this has nothing to do with old bias or recency bias, whatever. There have been Nigerians that have actually done it for club and country. So maybe he would come into top 10 or maybe top 5, who knows? But until then, just keep doing the good job that he's doing. And the good thing is that he's translating into the Super Eagles as well, gradually. So,
very true. So in the game against Liverpool, something interesting happened. Ruben Amorim came out to say that he had this gut feeling to just keep Benjamin Sesko on the bench. And he did that.
Yeah.
The team played differently. If now you don't even keep for bench, you see the way that team play, you go even tell them, say,
thank you for benching me.
Make it not be like saying, I go enter, teams go come turn around. Do you think, trusting his gut feeling was just tactics? Say, okay, may I do him like this, or now just luck when just happened that day?
His mouth is sweet now. When the manager takes a decision and he walks out, they say, oh, fantastic, brilliant mind. If it doesn't work out, they say, oh, he's a foolish guy. So yes, so let's give it to him that
but
this time
really walked out.
Yes, this time he walked out. And he walked out because they needed to move around consistently against Liverpool. They didn't need someone who was quite static. Cesc is not so static, but at the same time, he's not as mobile and agile like Matheus Cunha. We saw where Cunha was picking pockets at several places and being fouled. At some point, he was able to track back, win the ball, shield the ball, try as much as possible to keep possession for Manchester United. So the fluidity of Mason Mount, Bryan Mbeumo, and Matheus Cunha was very key at keeping Liverpool, at arm's length. They were finding it difficult to be able to pinpoint who to mark, who to keep at bay, who to, just put their zonal markings on. So it was very, very good. He was able to keep Manchester United in a way where they are mobile, they are fluid, they can run, they can carry. They had ball carriers majorly. And we saw from Bryan Mbeumo, he was able to pick pockets in several places too. There was one shot before the Harry Maguire's...
yes, it was Mbeumo.
It was Mbeumo on the right-hand side.
Yes.
So you could see they needed that, fluidity for them to be able to move around. Cesc would give them a different dynamics, meaning these players have to always feed a striker. You would always want to be the one standing in front, making moves. But with Cunha, they could rotate. It could be Bryan Mbeumo going into that attacking role as a striker while Cunha would drop back. Or it could just even be Mason Mount doing that job too for them. So it was just a different dynamics, bringing in Matheus Cunha and allowing them to start with Mason Mount and Bryan Mbeumo. And of course, it worked well.
Interesting. I hope that they would continue to
work well.
Even if Cesc features in the side.
Yeah, sure.
Make I talk something when some people don't begin, they talk, say, it be like every time when they concern Nigeria, they always they shout. But I want to understand the logic and the reasoning behind this. Chiamaka Nadozie, the goalkeeper of the Super Falcons, is conspicuously missing in our CAF Player of the Year arrangement.
Yes, so.
Meanwhile, this babe rank high for Ballon d'Or. We see what she do for the Super Falcons for WAFCON.
Yeah.
And am I overthinking this? Because that time when we talk about, say, Nigeria no play the politics with South Africa, I see some people wait and say, you people are always looking for...
You are not overthinking it. You're not overthinking it. The Super Falcons... She was best goalkeeper at the WAFCON.
Yes, she was.
She was best goalkeeper at the WAFCON.
Record winning.
She was Mission
surpassing.
X. Yes, a record extending. Yeah, she has done well in Europe and then has moved to Brighton. In how many games? I think she's won 2 Man of the Match awards.
Yes.
In Brighton. So you're not overthinking it. You're not overanalyzing
I think she won
it.
The goalkeeper of the year too.
She was nominated for the Ballon d'Or. You understand? So it only makes sense that she should have not been overlooked in whether the early shortlist of Player of the Year. But then she should be making the Goalkeeper of the Year. award list, short list, right? Maybe, this is what I'm thinking, maybe they are looking at it from the angle of, okay, she would be in the short list for goalkeeper of the year. That is why she is not in contention for the women's footballer of the year. Come to think of it, are there goalkeepers in that list, women's footballer of the year?
There can't be now because she's the outstanding one now.
So now that they
but
have,
she's also a player.
No, I get
they
that.
should explain to us.
But since
Oliver Kahn don't say short list too now.
Yes, now remember that there was a time when we were saying that goalkeepers should have their own award. Martinez has won back-to-back Ballon d'Or.
Goalkeeper
of the year. He was never in contention for award player of the year. You understand? Donnarumma just won Ballon d'Or, goalkeeper of the year. He was not in contention. Didn't he have a great season? So maybe they are looking at that separation.
Okay.
That, okay, she is up for and most likely going to win it for the third consecutive year.
Yeah.
You understand? Maybe they're looking at that, and that is why she is not in the player of the year discussion. You understand? So I think if that is the criteria, then it's fair.
Still makes sense, yeah.
I think they should be very clear with their explanation. Because this kind of thing, they make person the verse quick.
True, sure.
Because even if she did keeper of the year,
yeah.
If we have a situation where that person can be eligible to also feature in the other one, no wahala. But I think it's also good to separate it so that you judge everybody in that category by what they do. For example, if players score 50 goals, keeper make 25 saves, you know, go can't talk say because he make 25 saves, you can't give him. So I think let's just see.
Better.
Sure.
Now let's talk about the El Clasico.
Oh
So
my
your
God.
baby, sorry, I know that at least for the last 2 years.
It was just last season. It was just last season.
Well,
2 seasons ago, it was back-to-back to Real Madrid had their fun.
Okay.
It was just last season.
That's true. But last season was too much.
It was too much. Home, away, abroad,
away,
in
neutral
the
ground,
heavens,
in
under the
dream,
sea.
on the mountain, down the valley, on the land,
Everywhere.
You people collected woto.
Oh my goodness.
What do you think would happen this first El Clasico?
Well, trust me, Xabi Alonso needs to get his boys mentally ready for this one. We know the El Clasico doesn't have any form. You can be in bad form, can be in good form and still lose. The major thing is it's a rivalry where generations before you have been playing this from the likes of who else now? From
Figo.
Even before them, Figo and Ronaldo and Ronaldinho. Then the Rauls, then of course the two GOATs, Ronaldo and Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, where we saw that game where both of them scored a brace each, in that particular. I don't think I will ever see any game like that again. But then
maybe Rafinha, Mbappe, Yamal, Mbappe.
I don't think so.
Vinicius, Lewandowski.
Nah, they don't have that clout that these guys used to give us. But then again, the El Clasico is still a big fixture.
True.
It's still a money-making fixture. Everybody wants to watch this. The whole world is always on standstill to watch the El Clasico and want to see what would happen, what would Real Madrid bring to the table, what would Barcelona do. And luckily for Barcelona now, they have a couple of their players back from injury. The only thing is Robert Lewandowski is ruled out of this one. We're not certain if Rafinha will be back on time, but for Real Madrid, clean slate, aside from the defense where Rudiger and co are not, fully fit. But attacking-wise, midfield, they are back. Jude Bellingham is back. He started against Getafe yesterday. Vinicius Junior, Kylian Mbappe is in form. 9 games, 10 goals in the league already. Can they do that against Barca? There's this mental block when it comes to playing Barcelona. And there's this mental boost for Barcelona when they're playing Madrid. It's like, if we cannot match them for trophy, let's beat them silly at the El Clasico and mess them up, and prove that if every other team can beat Real Madrid, we can do so effortlessly. And that's the way I usually see it. And why Real Madrid, they don't put too much. I don't know why they don't take it as serious as Barcelona do, because you have to. Not that other games they've not, taken it seriously or beaten. Barcelona just know how to just beat Real Madrid silly, expose them, open them up, and hopefully this time around they have a Spanish coach in Xabi Alonso, a manager who has also played the El Clasico countless times too as well. So he knows what to tell the players in the dressing room or days before this game that, look, this is probably a game of our lives. We'll be playing at the Santiago Bernabeu. All that nonsense that happened last season, we need to correct it in this first game. It wasn't as if the first El Clasico game, Madrid were not in the game. They just missed so many chances, and then in the second half, all 4 goals came in. They need to get their acts together, get their acts right. And we can see Barcelona now a little bit...
wobbly.
Yes, quite wobbly. They're showing some signs where they can be vulnerable at the back and even in that midfield. So if they can capitalize on all of that, I'm sure they can, get a win.
Interesting. Sawa, you are a man who, your prediction is always spot on. Maybe except for Arsenal. Winning the league. Your prediction is always spot on. What do you think will be the outcome of that El Clasico game?
I would love to see Real Madrid bounce back because just like we clearly said, last season was total annihilation, humiliation, whatever you used to qualify it. I would love to see them bounce back. And then I think they know that they cannot afford to go that same route this season. I think the worst result Madrid can get in that Clasico is a draw.
Wow.
I think the worst result they can get is a draw. I'm actually tipping them, for the win. I mean, it's a good thing to Barcelona that Lamine Yamal is back, and meaning we would have the big guys.
Drama.
We will have drama, lots of drama. But I'm looking forward to a Madrid win or Madrid getting a point from that game. So that's just it.
All right. Toyo, baby, your prediction for that game?
I think I'll just, if for a punter...
Is that the Bernabeu, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
For a punter, I'll go with Gogo.
But as a Madrid supporter...
Just like you said, a draw will be even feel like defeat. They should be winning this one. Even though we saw the Madrid derby where they lost woefully to Atletico Madrid, this time around, they should have gotten, some lessons from that big game there. So they should be able to get a win at the Santiago Bernabeu.
All right, interesting. You can also drop your comments. Tell us what you think the outcome of Madrid versus Barcelona would be. Remember, Undubisi Onukwili 490 on YouTube. Undubisi Onukwili 490. Now you be the winner of this Audacity to Refuse Sunday Olise, My Story. Remember, you can drop your comments or go to Bet Niger IG, preferably Bet Niger IG on Instagram. Send them a DM and then husband material _HM. Just send me DM. Tell me, say, my name is Undubisi Onukwili. Na me win the book. Then we go come arrange how you go get your book. Very important. Remember, we talk saying a signed copy. Yes, you see, now the legend himself, now he append the signature to this particular one. He write his name, he can say with love, so now love he use give you this book, And for others, if you want to get yours, you can go on Amazon and get the Audacity to Refuse Sunday Olise, My Story. Make we enter break. Once we come back, we go look some kind solid games when don't happen, and then we proceed. Welcome back to the Home Talk Podcast brought to you by Bet Nigeria, your home of Bet. Boom! Hot tips segment. Some action games this weekend. When I know say a Clasico day already, Abi. No, wala. Make we put some other games. Make it not just be like, say, now only El Clasico they talk about. So in the English Premier League, we'll see Chelsea take on Sunderland. There is Manchester United, Brighton, and Liverpool will be looking to bounce back against Brentford. Arsenal play host to Crystal Palace. That thing, if they're not careful, they go see bad thing. And then there is also Bournemouth against Nottingham Forest. In the Spanish La Liga, Mallorca, Levante, Osasuna, Celta Vigo, and importantly, like we mentioned, Real Madrid, Barcelona. In the Italian Serie A, there is Napoli versus Inter Milan. Napoli need to do something for that particular game. And the new boys, where we say, they give people joy. They make people happy. Como self, they go there in action. There's Lazio, Juventus, and Fiorentina against Bologna. In the German Bundesliga, we would have Augsburg against Leipzig, Mönchengladbach against Bayern Munich, and Leverkusen against Freiburg. In the French Ligue 1, Brest take on PSG, Monaco take on Toulouse, and Lens against Marseille. Greenwood, do that thing when you do for them. I forgive you. Don't worry, you are still going to come back home.
Get explosive odds at random. Introducing Bet Boom. Get massive odds on any sports bet, however you play. singles, multiples, in play. Zoom. It's time to boom your bet. Available now, only on Bet Naija.
Now let's go into the Sure Banker segment. This is where I want you to, wear your hats and let's look at some of the games that we
really
believe
need to win.
we do well.
We really need to win.
We would win. We would win. I'm very certain that we would win. Now let's look at Chelsea, Sunderland. Chelsea at home against Sunderland.
They should win.
Straight win for Chelsea?
Yeah, straight
You
win.
expect them to
straight win
win on
for
the back
Chelsea.
of recent results.
All right. There's Newcastle against Fulham.
Over 1.
Over 1.5. We know 2 goals go drop. Those teams, they score.
Yeah.
Over 1.5. All right. Then there's Parma, Como. Como away from home. Como win beat Juventus 2-0.
That one no go to go. Use George. Mo just go for goals. for
Yeah,
that
goals
game.
or X2.
Goals or X2. Como win or draw. Go they
They
high.
are playing Parma at home.
Parma no.
So let's do goals.
Things no Pam for Parma. Things no Pam for
What if
Parma.
things
Clock it,
So what
clock
if
it,
things
clock
don't come from Como?
No, but from their recent results, 8 wins in 9.
Yes, yeah, they're in form.
People they come on high.
They're in form.
If you go bet Naija, you go see sometimes now 2 odds or 2 odds.
Yeah.
This one when they beat Juve now 4 odds.
Yeah.
Imagine saying you carry that one
do
win or
you
draw.
want to do a Como X2?
Como 2x,
X2,
yes.
yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Como win or draw.
Yeah.
Okay, let's proceed. There is also
If that game cut us, now you go home.
no, you no go cut.
Okay.
Mönchengladbach Bayern. Bayern away from
Over
home.
1.
Over 1.5.
Yeah.
That
Or
fixture
over
is a
2.
fixture that has given me PTSD. My biggest betting heartbreak 6 years ago was from this fixture. Since then, I have told myself that I would never bet on Mönchengladbach Bayern again.
Bayern has Hurricane.
I had a running ticket.
Yeah, and
Hurricane.
after yesterday's game, or was it yesterday or Saturday now? That was 11 wins.
Yeah.
They are the only side that have not lost
No
in the
problem.
in
In
the
Europe,
league. Yeah.
no problem. You can go for a Bayern win. But you see that Mönchengladbach Bayern, I wash my hand come off from it.
Okay, what if we do goals?
Over 2.5.
Maybe over 1.5 for...
Over 1.5. Okay, right. Okay, over 1.5. There is Napoli, Inter Milan. Napoli return home after that loss to Torino.
Yeah.
Inter away, second consecutive away game after that win against Roma.
Yeah.
So
It could be cagey.
over
Yeah.
I'm not even
1.5.
confident about goals. It could be very cagey.
Well, in their last 3 meetings, it was been
Yes,
1,
yes,
1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
1,
Yeah.
1, 3, 1.
That's what I'm saying. So let's look at, for me, I'll look at home over 0.5, meaning home to score.
Who wants score?
Huh?
Hoyland.
Napoli.
Who wants score?
That's what I'm saying.
I think
For
I'll
me.
go with 12. Anybody win.
Anybody win?
Yeah. It can be a smash and grab kind of game.
Can also end in a draw. Any which one, anyone win.
Or do we do under? If
Under
1,
what?
1, 1, 1, 1,
What
1.
if they now play like 3-2?
they give us Juventus Inter Milan.
Yeah.
That's what those people they do.
Exactly.
Give us 4-4 with how many minutes to go?
Exactly. You
Let's do
understand?
anybody win.
Anybody win?
Yeah, anybody win.
Okay, so
That means we don't
anybody,
rule out the possibility of a draw.
anybody win.
Napoli needs that win now.
And
They
Inter
need
also
it.
need that
Inter
win.
need
Yeah,
as well.
Inter need it as well. So
You know, so
We'll get a
I don't
winner.
know. For
We'll get
me,
a winner.
I would go for home over 0.5.
okay.
Like Napoli to score, home team to
That's-
score.
that's safer.
Basically, for me, I'll go to home team to score. But let's see. You know, say the thing about this thing is that I mean, like somebody would say, the day we bet say 11 players go wear boots and the other one person go wear slippers.
Or make we replace her with Arsenal Palace and say goals for that
I'm
one.
even scared about Arsenal Palace.
No goals.
No, okay, goals should be there in that game. 1.5 Arsenal
So
Palace.
we are taking out Napoli, Inter Milan, and we are doing Arsenal Palace
over 1.5.
Over 1.5.
Yeah,
All right, no
sure.
problem. Brest PSG. PSG win that half.
Yeah,
Yeah,
PSG
supposed
win that.
press.
Then go press Brest where will I be? Okay, PSG win that half. And then finally, Madrid, Barcelona.
Both teams to score.
Both teams to score.
Yeah.
All right, so you go get the code for the screen. Go arrange your games. We don't put our body for there. And we believe, say, if you too arrange them, you go definitely win. Welcome to the Prediction Guru segment, where all you need to do is to predict the correct outcome of 3 games. Make I give you the backstory. Before, now 5 games that they give you, and I go tell you to predict the correct score line. Bet Naija call me one day, say, husband material, what do you mean? How can you be giving them to predict the correct scoreline of 5 games? Are you trying to say that I cannot reward my people? I say, I'm sorry, Bet Naija. What should I do? Bet Naija say, reduce the number of games to 3 and let it be the correct outcome, not scoreline. This one means say, I go give you 3 games. You go tell me which team go win, which game go end for draw, and which team go lose. Very, very simple. Just tell me the correct outcome of the games. Now, take these games now. Take these games now. Take these games now. Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Real Madrid versus Barcelona. Napoli versus Inter Milan. Tell me which team go win, which of these games go end for draw, and which team go lose. Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Real Madrid versus Barcelona, Napoli versus Inter Milan. Predict correctly the outcome and become a guru and stand the chance to win fantastic prizes. Bet Naija get prize where they go give cash day, merchandise day, then go bust confetti for your head, carry talking drum and banana come. Bet Naija wants to reward you. Make your predictions now. Thank you so much, Toyo baby.
Thank you
You
for
are
having
always
me.
a delight to have on the show. Bring insight, wisdom, ichoke. We are grateful. Sawadinho, the man who doesn't want to be cut off because he's going somewhere. The man who loves everybody, but he will tell it as it is.
Of course, yeah, I love that one.
Once again, Nwabali Abek on Block Puja. Audacity to refuse. Sunday only said my story. Undubisi Onwukwili. Now you be the person where win am. Remember, Undubisi Onwukwili 490 on YouTube. Yes, Onwukwili on YouTube. Go to Bet Naija IG. Send them a message. Say I am the winner. Oh, now me win the book. Also send me a message. Husband material _HM. Me I go definitely see and sharp and we'll go arrange make you collect your book. Thank you so much, Sawadinho. Thank you so much to your baby.
Thank you.
Remember, subscribe, continue to support us, share, tell your friends. You don't know the legend where you go see next. Fingers crossed. Boom!